everybody. Today is Monday, August 11th, and we're here for Monday Crafternoons with Sweet Aria Decor. We are going to be doing some fun stuff today. Today we are going to be doing a little mug arrangement. Sorry, making sure everything is coming up. So this is a cute little mug. So I was at Burlington last week, and I found this cute little mug, and it was $4.99. Okay, so we're going to decorate it. We're going to put some cute little stuff in here. I like to have little, I guess I can call them like store stuffers, different things that I can have in my shop that I can sell at Sweet Aria Decor's booth at Painted Tree. In addition to, I do have a couple of craft shows coming up. One is a month before Halloween. One is like 3 days before Halloween. So that one doesn't usually sell much Halloween stuff. But we're going to do this today. It's got, see that it's a skull, black and white, happy Halloween. It's got bones on the handle. Now this handle is kind of what decided to inspire the rest of this. Now I'm not going to put a bow on this because usually I'll put a bow and it goes over the handle. I don't want to do that because the handle is basically kind of the showpiece. What I do have though is from Dollar Tree, these are salad tongs, okay? Now I did take my stem cutter and I cut off about that much because I don't want to jam it too far in here. So what I did, and unfortunately I can't get it back out, but the foam that's in here, this is not spray foam. I decided to get those little, they're round discs, but they taper in. These are meant for mugs or little round containers. And I got this from Dollar Tree for $1.75, the $1.75 tree. And I've just pushed it right in here, okay? So I tried to like pull it out to show you guys and it wouldn't come out. So I'm going to be leaving it in there, but I didn't glue it. I just pressed it down in there and the pressure is enough that it's keeping it in there. And as I push things in, it might even go a little bit further deep, but we'll see. So I've got the mug. We have our little salad tongs, okay? Got to make sure I put the thumbs on the right. Yeah, wait. And then I have an assortment of, these are some small black florals I picked up from Michael's. Now I actually ordered these online when they had their sale, but these were like $1.99 regular price, but you know, I got them on sale. So I got these tiny little, I guess they're like little black carnations, little pom-pom ones. And then there are these little black vines. I think these were $3.99 regular price, and there's 3 of them on a thing. And then they have these flocked picks. Tige décorative. Oh, ho, ho. Yeah, I don't speak French. But these were also $3.99. So we're going to use kind of a combination of that. In addition to, if I want to, and I'm not sure I do, but these also came from Michael's. These were $3.99. And they're basically just a cute little Harlequin pick. I can pull these apart, separate them. So I just kind of put some pumpkins in different spots. Okay. So the first thing I want to do to set the size of my arrangement is I'm going to put these in first because that'll kind of determine how tall everything else goes. Now I might end up deciding to cut these down a little bit further. Good morning, Carmen. Hello. Thank you for joining us. Because like, I want to have these a little, I think I might end up cutting a little bit more off of these. Okay, so I'm going to cut a bit more off. All right, so now beware. I'm using a stem cutter, but when I cut these off before, pieces flew. So watch your eyes, okay? Oh, well, there's one. Son of a gun, that hurts. That was hard. All right, here comes number 2. Oh, the hand went. Hold on, the whole hand flew. I got to get the hand. Woo, boy, did he go. Go handy. Go handy. Yeah, he went. Boy, did he go. All right, so I got him back. So now I've got our 2 hands. So overall length is about 9 inches. Okay. I'm going to push it in at least an inch. So it's going to be sticking up about 8. The reason I wanted to cut them off a little bit more is because I want the florals to be kind of down lower. I don't want this to be huge. I don't want a lot of florals coming in the way here. So I'm going to try. Yeah. It's going to be hard to get these stuck in, but I'm just applying hot glue directly onto the hand. Okay. He's going to have to go this way. Okay. So I want them going kind of in on an angle. All right. So let's All right, there's one. All right. Whew, my gosh. That was like exercise. No, thank you, ma'am. And here's the other one going in. If I wiggle it just a little bit, it seems to go in a little bit better. Okay, so here's our hands. Just like this, like, ah! I had a dream that I did it, but I put the thumbs the wrong direction. Glad I didn't do that. Okay, I'm going to sit down now because I'm old and nobody can see that I'm sitting down. Yay! All right, the next thing I want to put in are these. And there are 3 of these. Now, these I kind of want to put a little bit lower, kind of like ground cover, I guess. So I'm just going to snip them off right here at the base. These are pushers. So there are some we can kind of pull down a little bit. So you see that there's like 2 levels. Okay, so I'm going to put glue just on the bottom 1 inch. Did you guys have a good weekend? I got to go see a band I've never seen before, Good Charlotte. They played, they're kind of like pop punk. They played a golf club. Believe it or not, Live Golf Club was having some, or golf course was, I don't know, was having some kind of event, and they played there. And it's like right by my house. And it was like 3 of us went because it was 12 and under was free. So yay, Aria. She's only 12. And then it cost like $97 for 3 of us. So it was like $33 a ticket. And I was like, hell yeah, I'll go. Why not? It's like I got a piece of my youth back temporarily. And then the next day, when I tried to like stand up and walk, I was like, oh God. Because we had to stand the whole time. Like, this is why Linda does not go to concerts that don't have seats. All right. So I'm going to put another set around the back. So these were $3.99 a piece. So this arrangement will end up being a little bit more expensive because I think I got these at 40% off. But that's still $8, 40% off. So we're going to call it 5, maybe like 6 with tax and shipping and all that stuff. Okay. Plus the mug was 5, so 11, 12, 13 for the, when you add in the hands. So, it'll be a cost. This might end up being like a $29 arrangement, which some people might think, oh my gosh, that's really expensive. Well, when you add in how much is in here, it's not. I don't charge 3 times the price of my supplies. I charge maybe 2 max, okay? And you could put in less. I'm just liking to use this as kind of a filler. So, because I hate to have to use Spanish moss. Blech. It's gross. It's nasty. That shit is nasty. But it works. All right. So when I'm looking at it, I don't really see much green. I see a little bit, but we're going to be adding some other little guys in here. Okay. So we got this cute these little pom-pom flowers. Okay. Taking the tag off. Again, these were Michael's, and these were like $1.99. So these are definitely very affordable, but also, I mean, it's kind of like Dollar Tree quality when you get those like dollar florals from Michael's, but that's okay. But I like that I'm going to separate these out. I'm going to put them in one by one. So I'm just going to cut them all off right at the base here. Come on. I got some new snips. We're trying to figure out how to work together. There's always like a sweet spot where it's best to cut on your snips. Whoa. Well, ain't that stuff fun going a-flying? All right. So this is just, there's not even any leaves on this one. So I'm just going to kind of put that one in the middle. I'm going to spread it out. I don't want to do too much, right? Not too much, but just enough. Why isn't that going down any further? Oh, because I'm hitting I know why. Because I was hitting the handle. Okay. A couple of these. I just want to sprinkle them in here. Okay, I'm not really going up any higher than I already have, but I do want to sprinkle some in the vines just to kind of break it up and give it a little bit more visual interest. So I'll probably end up cutting another pack of these. Seeing how that goes. But these are nice arrangements to make if you're trying to sell stuff at a craft show. You want to bring some arrangements, but you know, people may not want to spend a whole lot of money. Then something like this is a good idea because they still get to go home with something cute, something fun and festive. It's not massive. It's not going to take a lot of space to store, and, right? Not everybody goes to a craft show with hundreds of dollars to spend. I wish they did. All right, I'm cutting these up, getting the tag off. Trying to, my comments always go away, so I have to go back and hit overview and then go back into live chat because it's a pain in the ass. And now it went away again. Here we go. Brian Scott. Brian, hey, how's it going? Liz, my friend Liz, how is it going? Liz, is this my version of giving a hand job? Sorry. Sorry. Look, you guys know I'm inappropriate, so if you don't like that kind of humor, I am not your gal. But well, this is kind of fun. You know, I like to make the dirty jokes, guys. That's who I am at my core. At my core, I am probably a 13-year-old boy. All right. But I have fun. Life's too short to take it too seriously. We all end up dead eventually anyway. So why have a stick up your ass for the rest of your life when you could be having fun and laughing? All right. Add a couple more of these. I wanted to add some more, I think, around the back because we don't want to neglect the back of our arrangement. Okay, we've got a little back. Gotta do some fun stuff. I think there was a spot in the front actually where I was looking for just a single. Yeah, right here. I was looking for just a single. There we go. And I can see right here that I need to put something right in this general vicinity. These are fun. I really do like these styrofoam cup-shaped little things. And yes, I know Dollar Tree has gone up in their prices. I know, nobody likes it, but it is what it is. So we're just going to deal with it, guys. We're going to deal. All right. Okay, that's that with that. And honestly, I mean, I do have some of this. I think I want to put in maybe just one of these. I just want to add a little bit more height and texture in some of these spots. So let me try to go in like here. It's not going to be super, super high, especially because after a certain point, you try to push it in and the stem sometimes is just a little bit weaker. So you can only kind of push in so much, right? Ugh. Oh, Linda weak. Linda weak. Linda trying to cut. Linda not working. Oh. Ugh. Whoa. Shield your eyes, everyone. Gird your loins. Holy crap. That was heavy. All right. I've got one that's going to be kind of a bear to glue. So you see it's got the big stem on there. I'm going to have to find somewhere good where I can get this in. I'm trying to push it down without gluing my fingers, which you know is like nearly impossible. Okay. So I got one there, kind of one in the middle. I want to kind of go like one off to the side, maybe a little bit more behind the hand right here. But separating this out is a really good way to make this go far. I guess I just have one more. And then I did find another little floral. So I'm going to stick him in the back here. Kind of up a little bit. And then see where else do I need a floral. Yeah, I got glue strings on here, guys. Glue snot alert. Ew, grody. Yuck, yuck, yuck. All right, I think I might just stick this one kind of toward the middle. Because I've noticed that there's not a lot florally going on right here. So I'm going to stick that right in there. All right. I'm calling this one done, guys, because I don't want too much hanging over. See how we've got a little bit hanging over, but it's not covering the words. You can still see the skeletons, okay? I did my best to get that off, but I'll stick my own Sweet Aria Decor label on the bottom. That will cover that. Go through, just kind of do one final pass to get off the little glue strings, and then maybe a little bit of a shining and polishing it up a little bit with a kitchen towel or a microfiber towel. Going through. All right, so let's take a look. There he is. I'm gonna go this way. Woo, his hands in the air, waving like you just don't care. Woo! All right, the little bone handle, super, super cute. All right, and then when you look at it from this way, you cannot see any green. I see no green foam, which is my goal. See? No green foam. All right, so we've got that one done. And I decided against putting in anything else because I think it would detract from the coolness of the hands. All right, so I'm not doing anything with that. But I have another mug. Yay! This one is really cute again from Burlington. It's got all these cute little things on there. Now this one was normally $6, but I got it on sale for $3.99. But I thought it was really, really cute. So we're gonna do some fun stuff with it. I did happen to find, I've had this little bow made for quite some time, and I'm gonna end up using it. So what I like to do, so there's two ways you can go about this. I'm gonna show you both, okay? I will show you one, but I'm gonna do it differently. So this is basically just kind of secured. It's wrapped with a pipe cleaner. Okay, I made my little bow. I think these are about 3-inch loops, and there's only 4 loops total, and then they kind of come down for the handle. Okay, so these are going to kind of push together. I wanted a smaller bow. Okay, but I'm going to wrap these all together on this. Now, what I would do is you take like a floral stick, bamboo thing. Hey, the sticks that I had from before, right, that I was cutting things off of, save your sticks. And then what I would do is simply add a little dab of glue, put it right there, okay? Put it right behind the base of that. And then you would just take your pipe cleaner and wrap it around. Now, what I typically would like to do is maybe rotate, or just rotate it, you know? Rotate it, make sure it's nice and tight, but like you're not going to want to glue yourself onto here. So you would wrap that all the way around the stick. You'd have a little glue back there, right? And then you would cut the skewer to whatever size you wanted. And then you would just poke that right into there, okay? Now, I happen to have a pick machine, so I'm going to go use my pick machine, all right? You don't have to have a pick machine, but if you do make a lot of stuff, get a used one off of Etsy because these things are friggin' handy. Mine broke a couple weeks ago and I was able to, I think, fix it. I don't know. With my luck, I'll have a moment where, hey, I need to do something and then it'll break. All right, but I'm using my pick machine. Sorry, I'm not bringing it over because it's really friggin' heavy. All right. But it put a little metal stabby thing on there. Be careful with the metal stabby thing. All right. Then what I'm going to do is just add some glue right onto Mr. Stabby on both sides. Careful not to get the glue on your ribbon. And then I kind of put it right down where the handle is. Okay. Kind of push it. But I like to have it kind of like where it's like standing up. All right. So I'm going to push these 2 loops together. These loops together. All right. And there we go. We're going to have kind of like just a cute little bow. Now what I might do is add a little cute something in the middle of that bow when I'm all said and done. I do still have some of these cute little florals we're going to use, but for the most part, I want to make this a little bigger. So our colors in here, we've got pink, orange, purple, and black, okay? And I was thinking I could also add in a little hat. Maybe, you know what? Maybe I should have done the hat instead of the bow. What do you guys think? Is the hat with the bow too much? Should I take out the bow and just go with the hat? I'm kind of, you know what? I'm doing it. I don't like that. There's just something about the bow. I wasn't liking it. All right, so I'm gonna do the hat, just the hat. You guys see how I'm just kind of like flying by the seat of my pants here? But this witch hat came from Michael's It was $7.99 full price. My friends, we don't pay full price, do we? No, we do not. All right. I am going to cut some of this off, but I kind of want the height to be kind of like around there, but it's going to go on an angle away from the handle. All right. So I think I'm probably going to cut this at like right here. So I've got a stem on there that is about 6 inches. I always say it's 6 inches, and it's never really 6 inches. That's a story for another time, my friends. All right, here we go. And I'm making sure I've got the florals facing toward me on top of the hat, and I'm kind of going in at an angle. So cute. Check that out. So cute. All right. And now I have some orange roses. Now, I don't like the green leaves, okay? I wish they made orange roses with black. You know who used to do that? Joanne. Thank you, company that bought up Joanne, sold it off for parts, and then sunk it into the ground. I really appreciate it. Oh, yeah. I think that's similar to the same party that did that to Party City. All right, I'm going to trim off one of these. And I want to have a couple that are a little bit taller, but most of these roses are going to kind of go underneath and around the witch hat. Okay, so this one here is going to be a little taller on this side. All right. I just glue it, add some glue, and just push it in. Okay, here we go. I'm just going to push all the leaves down on this. Push, 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 push. Push. It's crowning. Wah! Oh, congratulations. It's a baby rose. All right. I'm going to go back here. I want to start kind of doing some smaller ones now. I'm going to go underneath the base of the hat, okay? And then pull it. I'm going to pull it up, and then I'm going to bend that wire so it kind of comes out. All right. Super cute. Super cute. I do have more orange roses if I need any. All right. I'm going to do another one right here. Going in. Okay. Now, we don't want to ignore the back. So I have 2 more that I can put on the back right now. I have a 3rd one I could get. I have more orange roses. These came from Craft Outlet. Ew. This one has stuff on it. Oh my God, I know what's on it. My breakfast. Oh. I had coffee cake, and I think I dumped that flour onto my coffee cake. Hold, please. I need to go get more of those roses. Breakfast got a little messy. Huh. All right. Here we go. I got a whole bunch. Whole bunch. Oh, gosh. And I walked into the phone. I need more workspace. Either that, or I think I need to get skinnier. I don't know. One of the two. All right, we'll see. Here we go. Yeah, I don't want to put a rose in there that has my breakfast on it. I don't normally eat in here either, but it was a lazy morning, guys. All right. Since I cut this one shorter, I'm going to go over here. We're going to put this underneath our little witch and bend it out again, because I don't want her hat to go coming up. I want it to kind of stay as flat as I can. All right. So we have that coming out. I'll put another one right there. I'm literally just going around the hat and putting florals. You can also, we don't have to have a hat. You can make it as tall or as short as you'd like. I just thought this was kind of cute. And now I kind of want to push this one in a little bit more. There we go. There we go. All right, so I think I need 2 more back here. I am going to wash the frosting off of that other rose because I'm not going to waste it. I will wash you. I mean, I'm not going to put it in the dishwasher. I can't because my dishwasher is broken. It broke right before I went to Wreath Makers Live. And then I came back and it worked for 1 cycle. And then it died again. It had given me hope that it was going to live, but alas, it was its last rally, and now I have to go this afternoon to buy a new dishwasher. I'm not happy about it. Okay, so right now we have just some roses and a witch hat, which is cute. And if you wanted to, you could kind of stop there, but this is me, this is us. We don't stop there. I'm gonna go back and get some more of. Remember, we had these little black flowers, so I want to sprinkle some of these throughout there, as well as probably put some of these in there as well. So you know what I think I'm going to do? I'm going to do these flocked lamb's ear. It's basically black lamb's ear. I got to pick up some more of this because I think this is the first year they really had it in a small version, and I am really liking it very much. Okay. Here's the one that's difficult. I'm going to try to trim off as much as I can. Boy, stuff is flying. And I wonder why I find little pieces everywhere in my house. Okay, so this is a bit of a longer one that I'm doing right now. This is the one that has that weird, funky end on it. I'm going to try to go and put it in here and having this come out kind of toward the handle. There we go. I didn't want it coming straight out. That was a no-go for me. All right. I do have more of this as well, but I figure if I got one of these here, and one of these back there. See how I'm kind of alternating kind of between every other rose is kind of where it's going. And this one, I'll probably put, yeah, I'll put that one back here. I do have some more of these, but I don't want to use them all up because I got some more mugs to do. All right, now we're going to go in for, I guess they're carnations. I am so bad about knowing what flower is what. I think there was a downloadable thing from Wreath Makers Live. I think it was from Julie with Southern Charm Wreaths that was saying that there was something to download where it would tell us what flower is what, because I'm so bad with that. I don't know. I'm like, it's the black one for $1.99. All right, I'm trying to go back to overview and then live chat so I can see comments and stuff. Diane, thank you so much. Nah, Brian, you're here for the inappropriateness. Good. You have come to the right place, sir. Thank you for joining. I'm so glad that we are now Facebook friends. Okay, I'm just going to put that little touch of black right in there. Okay. Now this one's a little bit taller. I think I want to try to put that in here just to kind of help fill that out a little bit right there. All right, here we go. I do have my first craft show coming up at the end of September. That one, it's in a church, so I don't know how well my Halloweeny stuff will do because sometimes people that are religious are not into Halloween. So I totally understand that. So I'll make sure I have some fall stuff. And Christmas. Last year I did okay there. It's a one-day show, and it's in a church, and it's run by somebody I know who's really nice. She does a great job. So I will definitely be doing this show. But I like that I can set up the night before. Like, who doesn't love a night before setup, right? There's only one show I do where I have to set up the day of. Because it makes me a miserable bitch. I get cranky. I'm like, I've been up since 4. No, thank you. No, thank you. But it's a good show, so I do it. But the problem is, it's in this like track house where they keep these ginormous doors wide open for people to unload into. But my spot is right in front of the doors, so I literally freeze my ass off the entire time. Very, very cold. But again, I will suffer, you know. Usually my dad helps me, but I think he's got to stay with my mom now. So I think I'm going to be doing my setups and stuff on my own this year. So it's going to be an interesting year for Sweet Aria Decor. Okay, this is where we're at right now. I think it's cute. I think it's got a lot of stuff in there. I can't see the green. I do have, if I wanted to put in there some of these ball picks, I don't know. I've only got 4 of them. Well, I've got 2 of them, but I can cut them into pieces of 4. I just kind of want to cut one off and see if I like it or not. Yeah, I kind of do. I kind of do. It adds a little bit more without taking up too much room. So I've got like little 4 pieces of this. So I'm going to spread them out. Okay. There we go. I would need more normally, but because this is a big one, I'm going to put this big one in back. Because I have the hat in here, I don't have to worry too much. This one. And I can pull some of these down. So I can kind of pull them apart. See that I'm kind of doing that a little bit. Kind of make it go different ways. There we go. Spread it apart. And this is the last one. So these came from the at-home store. They were $2.99 for a pack of 3. So about $1 a piece. Sometimes you can find ones with stickers that say $2.49. Those are the ones left from the previous year. So that's always good to kind of check and see. All right, I think I'm going to put these big ones maybe back here because I don't want it to be overwhelming. But I don't mind if I see a lot of it popping up in the back. So we're going to put this in the back. Pull that one down. See, I can pull that down, that to the side. Right, maybe even kind of on either side of that. Oh, that looks cute. There we go. So my last one, you can see, needs to kind of be right over here. All right, so I'm going to spread these out. All right, kind of going right in here. All right, and I'm trying to bring down, there we go, one down that way, one down that way, and then that one that way. Okay. All right, I'm glad I put those in. It made it a little bit more fun. Double checking my hat. Okay, it's resting gently on top. Move that back because I don't want it to push that too much. All right, so here is this one. Let's go all the way around. You can see it's filled in everywhere. Oh, maybe fill that. There we go. That fills in a little bit better. All right, here we go. All right, so we've got the hat from Michael's, the mug from Burlington. They've got more than coats at the coat factory. Orange roses came from Craft Outlet. The foam insert came from Dollar Tree. And these black lamb's ear and the little black carnations came from Michael's. And then these beads came from the at-home store. All right, so let's figure out how much I spent. So the mug was $4. This was $7.99. So what's 40% off of 8? After tax and shipping and stuff, I'm going to call it 6. So 6 and 4 is 10. Roses, I'm going to call it 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I think probably about $20 worth of product in here. So I'm probably going to have to sell this one for at least $29. Usually I can get these products a bit more inexpensive. Sometimes you can get cute mugs at Dollar Tree. These are a little more expensive, but I think it was the hat that cost so much on this one. So that's okay because they're cute. You get what you pay for. So here are the 2 mugs that we made today. We made the little witch hat and we made the little happy Halloween skeleton hands. Whoa! I'm going to have these videos backed up to my YouTube channel. Because Facebook kicks these off after 30 days. So I'm going to have all that stuff right there. And then you could go back and replay. I have a whole catalog of tons of videos, lots of shorts, but lots of long, full-length videos. I typically leave them the length it took me to make them, so people have a rough idea of how long it will take them. All right, I'm going to I'll probably list these at sweetariadecor.com as well. So they'll be listed there for sale. And they will have to be a little higher because I will have to include shipping on these. Probably is going to run maybe about $8 or $9. Okay, we'll have to see. But again, sweetariadecor.com, your source for cute Halloween decor, but also wreath kits and supplies. All right. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me today. I really appreciate it. I hope you have a fantastic week. And if you know any kiddos going back to school this week, sucks to be them. My kid goes on Thursday. All right. Thanks, guys. Take care. And I will see you Wednesday night at 7 for Wreaths and More Wednesdays. Bye-bye. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please like and subscribe to my channel. You can follow me all over social media, and you can shop my store at sweetariadecor.com.